Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of 10 Minutes of Wisdom. As you all know now, in each episode of the podcast, we try to get into one cybersecurity topic and try to see the details of it and how it can help any security enthusiast. So today's topic that I chose is cybersecurity in South Korea. So reason for this episode is I have been working in for APAC for last 1.5 years, and I've been interested in how security is running in non-English speaking countries like South Korea, Japan, where they have their own way of cybersecurity challenges and their own way of uh, attending to those. So, in that respect, I am very pleased to announce that I have Paul today with us. Paul is a leading is one of the leading CISOs and chief privacy officer for one of the leading fintech companies. He has amazing amount of achievements in this space, and he's one of the best cyber mentors you can have because he likes to share his knowledge to other cyber security peers. So, Paul, I will just if you want to give a quick introduction about yourself, that would be great.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Paul. I have working in the cybersecurity field more than 15 years,
Yeah.
and now currently working as a CISO and CPO in
Yep.
company.
Yeah.
And actually, I was working on from the development side, and I'm touching various fields of the cybersecurity. I hope my knowledge will help you to understand about the Korea market.
Yeah. So, just a disclaimer, this podcast is just purely or for educational purposes. Me or Paul are not representing any of the employers or vendors or anything. It's just for knowledge. One of the reasons why I really appreciate Paul is, in spite of his in spite of the challenges that he has faced because of cerebral palsy, still he has created so much of wealth of knowledge and been an inspirational leader in this field. And I really thank you for his service.
Thank you.
On that, I will not embarrass you further. On that, I will just go on. The first question that I had in my mind is um, like when I study the cybersecurity market in Korea, I see that in last 10 years there have been a lot of change in cybersecurity regulations and I wanted to understand this change in cybersecurity regulations. How did it change this Korean landscape or business landscape or the cyber landscape?
Actually, let's go back to the 10 years ago. Well, a decade ago, there's a regulation, but it was not enforcing to the companies to keep the cybersecurity regulation.
Okay.
Because that, there was a major instance seriously happened from the 2011 to 2014,
Hmm.
and more than millions and 10,000 of the records are leaked to the public. And then it was like a wake-up call to the government, and they are challenged by the public and themselves. So they are starting to reform the
Hmm.
cybersecurity regulation.
Hmm.
So they set up rules and the rules
Hmm.
anew, and they impose the revised rule to the company as a mandatory requirement to do
Hmm.
the business in Korea.
Okay.
The mainly we are based on the Privacy Act. They command to all the Korean public. Also, for the internet service provider, some companies they are providing the web services. They should follow the ICT rule. They is for the kind of the ICT services provider.
Hmm.
Also, for financial sector, they had their own regulation like electronic transaction regulation or credit information rule that
Okay.
is related to the finance sector.
Okay.
Each regulation has their cybersecurity regulation, and
mm,
they imposed by the government. So all the companies related to that field should obey the regulation.
okay. Okay.
Mm.
So that has now, with all this regulation, which has become enforced in finance and ICT service providers and so on and so forth. So now the cyber security is taken seriously even at the board level since last 10 years. That's what you're observing. Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's getting more seriously and very
yeah.
strictly imposed
Okay.
to the companies.
Okay, so that's good to know. Always as a cybersecurity enthusiast. So I just wanted to know, like I'm coming from India, right? So
Mhm.
every or even in Australia, I see there are some forms of threats which are localized for the market. Like for example,
Mm.
when I was when in India, digital payments big thing using barcodes. They do a lot of digital payments. So now malicious barcode injections and similar kind of attacks have been on a rise there.
Mm.
So for
Mm.
Korean cybersecurity market, do you see any localized threats, or can you share any examples? Uh,
Actually, in Korea, we are very famous in the phishing or smishing.
okay.
For example, when it's actually in the Korea public, we have been used some e-market, electronic market like Amazon or some
Mm,
other things by very frequently.
mm,
So they send the message to us through the
mm,
mobile. But
mm,
malicious actors they masquerade themselves like a service provider or a
okay.
market owner, and they
Okay.
send a malicious message with a
Mm,
link.
okay.
And someone carelessly click the link, then
Mm,
the device will be impacted by a malware.
mm,
Then the credit information or PIIs in the mobile will be
mm,
stolen to the
okay.
malicious actors. It will be quite frequent and serious social issue in Korea. So
Mm,
law enforcement are continuously investigating on this issue.
okay. Okay. So phishing and smishing is something we need to be careful about, specific to Korean market. Okay. And
Yeah.
one more question I had, like as a cybersecurity enthusiast, suppose I am coming from an English-speaking country and I don't know about
Mm,
South Korea, and I want to establish a career in South Korea in cybersecurity, or I am a vendor who wants to have a base, or a service provider who wants to have a base in South Korea. What would be
mm.
your recommendations for a sex security enthusiast there?
Actually, firstly, I want to you to know about the regulations first.
Okay.
As I explained in the past, the regulation is very unique.
Okay.
They very different from the United States or other countries.
Okay.
For example, I will show you some example. The first thing is that in Korea we have a ISMS certification program.
Okay.
They like ISO 10701 in the
Okay.
worldwide. But
Okay.
we have our own program that is run by the government.
Okay.
So some companies with a specific criteria should
Mm.
obtain the certification as a mandatory requirement.
Oh.
Otherwise, they can be penalized by the government.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Okay.
very serious one. So before getting to the Korean market, I want to ask you to do some research about the cybersecurity regulation in
Mm.
Korea and what kind of the regulation in the technical level we
Mm.
need to build up before
Okay.
jumping to the Korean market.
Okay. Okay,
Mm,
that's because ISO 27001 is a global certification and
yes.
companies ask for it, but it is always look like a best practice. It's like always look
Yeah.
at a guideline.
Yeah.
But you are
Yeah.
saying that
Yeah.
across Korea it has become a standard, and regulators can really pull you up if you don't follow, are not mandated. That's interesting to know. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's Korea's own design of the
Okay.
certification, and we have
Yeah.
our own
Yeah.
control and regulatory requirements. So that
Yeah.
is very tricky sometimes, but we need to learn in
That's fine.
before.
That's
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's some, because see, whenever you say ISMS, people will assume it's a standard ISO template. But now, as you say, it's customized for Korea, so it's something that every person should focus on if they are looking to enter in Korean market. So
Yeah, that's
my
right.
one of my questions to you, like, is what are your success, like, public-private partnership in any country is very important to address
Mm.
cybersecurity threats. So, do you have any successful examples of public, like good partnership between government and private agencies in Korea, uh, to address cybersecurity issues?
Actually, one thing I want to pick up among the many other cases is about the conferences and some seminars. Actually,
Okay,
most of the cybersecurity conferences or seminars in Korea are sponsored by the Korean government.
okay,
So at the keynote speaking, the Korean government officer will pop up and
mm,
they show us the new regulatory requirement or
mm,
kind of the cybersecurity issues on the Korea region.
mm,
So that the public, so that the private companies can learn
mm.
new regulation and what kind of topic is on the discussion in the Korea so that we
Okay,
can easily follow up about the regulatory requirement and we can stand up more promptly about the
okay,
cybersecurity risk
okay.
which is in the Korea region.
Oh, thanks. Thank you,
Mm.
Paul. I think we are out of time, but it was a great session. Actually, I could have done more questions with you on South Korea because I'm so interested in
Okay.
that market. But thanks a lot for your kind time. Uh, Hope to see you soon, sometime personally, face to face. Till
Okay,
then,
sure.
till then, good evening.
Okay, have a good day.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.